Welcome to the July card class. Come on in. Welcome. I hate to pull you away from the Olympics or dinner or a beautiful sunset or whatever it is you are doing. But we have some really fun cards to make tonight. So welcome. Get comfy. Hello. I was tracking everyone's card kits. It looks like most everyone's arrived yesterday. Jackie, if you're on, I think yours is coming tonight. Hopefully your mail has been delivered today. Oh, Rain. Yeah, we had that earlier. It is that time of year. It is crazy. So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me. And as always, whether you're registered for the class or not, you can share this live video and you will be entered to win. Tonight, I'll be giving away the Botanical Burst. Now, if you haven't seen these in person, I thought, what would my card making friends like? And this has got some jewels with adhesive on them, some epoxy stickers, and these beautiful new flowers. Remember, there were a big delay on these, but they have gold foil in them. And there's 4 different colors. There's blue, pink, yellow, and green. And so tonight I'm going to give away the yellow. And so I know whoever wins this, because you're all card makers, probably, if you're tuning in. But card makers and scrapbookers alike will love these beautiful embellishments. They are $9.50. And they are available now. They have them in stock and they are amazing. So share tonight and you will be entered to win a pack of these beautiful embellishments. Okay, what else? Okay. The other thing I wanted to let you know is today is the 27th. This promo, the punch promo, was supposed to go off today at 1. But the punch promo is still going on at Creative Memories. If you spend $150, you have your choice of either a prize pack that includes 2 paper packs. This Walking on Sunshine has like beach on one side, clouds on the other, trees, flowers. It's awesome. And then that's Walking on Sunshine texture. Walking on Sunshine designer paper pack. Plus Walking on Sunshine laser paper pack. So these are all cut out laser frames. And then that comes with the walk in the park. So if you spend $150, you get to pick either or. So that's pack A or 1, and the other pack is sweater weather, and it's fall themed. So there's sweater weather texture, sweater weather designer paper pack. They're both awesome. Now, if it's not in the budget right now to spend the $150, there's still a chance that you could win part of this kit. So as I've done with other punch promos, what I'll do, since Creative Memories extended this through the 30th of July, anyone that's placed an order in July that didn't meet the $150, so if you didn't get one of these when you ordered, then you will be entered into a drawing. So 1 ticket for every $5 you spend. And I will round up. So if someone messages me and says, hey, I want one of these flowers, that's $9.50. You'll have 2 entries. So, and what I'm going to do is do 4 different drawings. So someone's going to win this, someone will win this, someone will win the other paper pack, someone will win the punch that goes with it. Okay? So the only thing you have to do to be entered to win that is message me what you would like me to order for you if you haven't already ordered this month, or if you'd like to increase your odds, you can add to an order you've already done. But if you've already ordered, no worries, I will already have entered you. Okay? So, and if I have enough to do, if I get enough orders, then I'll get both of them, and then I'll give away all 8 items. Okay? Alrighty. So tonight, don't forget, I'll be giving away this one. And then if you want anything else, you can message me, text me, whatever you want to do, and I will get you entered to win those other items. Okay. Now for the fun you have all been waiting for. As I do, we're going to open this together. I've got the same pack that you do, so that I can have the same experience, and we can go through this together. All right. So I don't know how many of you read this down here about assembling the layered die cuts in advance. So some of you might have done that. Oh, and I opened mine upside down. I should have said flip it over. So if you opened it like I did, hold the little pack of goodies, and this is what you should see. So we're actually going to start with the otter, and I will tell you that these little brown things floating around inside, those are otter toes. This is an otter ear. This is an otter ear. So all of these tiny little pieces, well, don't assume that anything is garbage. Okay, so it's okay if you didn't pre-assemble. You do not need to pre-assemble. But I know some of you have gone where you like to do the watercolor ahead of time so that you don't feel like you're holding people up. And I never do that ahead of time for the benefit of people who don't, number one, and also just to give everyone a little time. I try not to move super fast, and that way we can all kind of stay together. All right, so I'm going to put all of my cards off to the top here, and I'm going to take my first one. Now, where are my samples? That is a great question. Hold, please, while I run into the next room and grab my samples. It never fails. No matter what, I have to run and remember something. Okay, so this is going to be our first card. This adorable otter. And these little otter toes are 6 little brown bits in your bag. And then, so you're looking for all of these pieces. This is a separate piece. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 little otter pieces plus the background. Okay. So let's open up our pack very carefully here. And I am going to kind of fish things out that I could see. And I did try to pack them in such a way. So this is what your otter background looks like. Then you're looking for this like jelly bean looking one. Then you should have one that's shaped like a cabochon gem, and a slightly more pointy cabochon. These are literally the things I was thinking of as I was packing everyone's things. And this is the tail. So you're going to get all the dark brown pieces except for the piece that's the drink. And then you have 2 kind of round pieces. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. Now you won't find this because I completely forgot about this. So I don't have it in my bag either. But I thought would be fun I would love to see what you all add to this. Okay, so, and I think he needs something in between his hands too. So maybe he needs like a heart or something. All right, so these are the major dark brown pieces. Then you need to grab his little nose piece, which is light gray. His two ears are two slightly larger brown, light brown pieces. And then you gotta hunt for the otter toes. Now, it might be easier for you to dump everything out. If you have cats or something, I know we've had in the past where cats have run off with little pieces, or the pieces end up on the back of each other. If you feel like it's safe, you can dump everything out. Be careful because things will fly around. I have an otter toe stuck in here. See that? They also could get, this is nothing. Oh no, that was a heart. That was an important heart. That was stuck to the little outside package. Now my hand is stuck on the inside. All right, there's my last otter toe. So I have nothing left in here. Actually, I do have an umbrella piece left in here. We're starting with the hardest one first. And that was on purpose-ish. Okay, yeah, you can cut your bag in half. I do that with these little ones. I always cut these guys with the jewels. And don't worry, there's no jewels on this one, so you can set that aside. So what you're looking for probably right now is your 6 otter toes. And if you have one of these little jewel applicators, that will help you to kind of find your otter toes and pick them up and kind of put them so that you can access them easier. I don't need these little hearts. The hearts are for another card. So far I've found 5 of my otter toes. I promise this is going to be the hardest thing you'll have to do tonight because your bag is full of goodies. And okay, so after you've got your otter toes, now I want to show you the difference between this little black spot and this black spot. Oh my goodness. This is a octopus eye. This is an otter eye. So your otter eyes are super tiny, and so we don't want to use the octopus eyes. Then I should have all the pieces to my otter. Finally, 10 minutes later. I have 6 otter toes. I have 4 otter paws, an otter tail, an otter body, an otter mouth. Oh, I'm missing his nose. So that would be a little black trillion cut piece of black cardstock. Okay, now we can get around to assembling these little buddies. Okay, I'm going to kind of push this stuff off to the side. I don't have to worry. I don't have cats. I have dogs, and they are locked out of my room, so I don't have to worry about them messing up my pile of goodies. Now we're going to talk about assembling this card. I'm going to assemble my little buddy, my little otter buddy first. His tail goes to the right, just like I have him shown. And his little ears are going to tuck under this body. So if you want to put the ears on first, and there's little ear spots for it to go, you can do that. So why don't we stick our ears on? Now I'm using the Creative Memories Precision Point Adhesive, and I'm going to put it on my base where I want the ears to go. It's just my preference. You can put it on the item, but then I find I have to flip it over, and I always end up with a little bit of adhesive on my hands, which actually ends up helping because then everything like a little bit sticks to my hands. So now we have our otter ear insides on there, our little otter ears. And now we can go ahead and use our adhesive, and I'm using Pretty Memories tape runner. I picked up a purple piece of something here. I don't need that. And we're going to add my little otter body on there. And oh, good. Okay, Marshall. Awesome. And then we're going to put our little nose on. Now, you'll see what I did here. Now, believe it or not, these were these thinnest die cuts known to man. In fact, they were so thin that the Cricut like wouldn't even cut out some of them. So I drew on his little whiskers. So you can see with the background, we've got two over here and they go off into this area, and then one over here and then one below it. So we're going to draw that on afterwards, but you want to kind of make, that's what you're going to use to kind of line up his little nose piece. And for those of you that did do this ahead of time, then you can just enjoy the comments or comment to us while we're getting through this. All right, so after you attach his little mouth part, then you're going to do the nose, and I'm going to do that with the precision point adhesive. Just going to put a little puddle there, and then use my, for these little tiny parts, I find my jewel applicator actually works quite well. Then I'm going to add his little eyes. And they are these tiny little black specks. Now you have slightly larger ones that have a hole in them. Those are the octopus, so don't use those. Your otter might look a little on the scary side. If you do, could I explain the eyes again? Yes. These are the octopus eyes. They're bigger. And if you look real close, there's a little dot cut out of them. And these look like little black sesame seeds. The otter eyes are about the size of black sesame seeds. And these guys are definitely bigger. So hopefully you could see that, Wanda. The difference. I'll put this up next to it so you can see how the difference. Hopefully you can see that. The difference in those two eyes. So the smaller eyes are your otter eyes. All right, and then let's see. Our flatter cabochon is gonna be placed like this. This is like his elbow, if you will. And that's gonna go right here. And you can see there's like a little divot where that goes. And then this one, again, imagine this the elbow. And that's gonna go here. And then his little tail is going to fit right up next to his body, and you want to kind of angle it so that there's an even amount of background around. And then your two round ones, they might be a little different, but they're sort of interchangeable. One of them is going to go over the seam of the tail, and then the other one is going to come down here. And now be careful not to do what I just did. I picked up a toe, here it is, with my hand and moved it. So you got to watch these little otter toes. They try to get away from you. So I'm just going to use my regular adhesive to add on my little flat cabochon otter arm. And then my other one, like I said, I really feel like a heart or maybe even like a jewel would look really cute in there. Now, none of the jewels that I've sent you are big enough. This is like an afterthought that I had. So, and if you are just joining us tonight, this is the July card class. So these, everyone that's doing the cards along with me, and there's 29 of them. They are at home, putting these cards together with me, and we'd love to have you join us next month. I've been doing them every month since the start of COVID-19. When I used to do them in my home, I only had 6 people in, and now there's 28 kits went out this month, so that's fabulous. Now you can share tonight, and whether you're making cards or not, you can go ahead and share this live, and you'll be entered to win the Botanical Yellow Burst petals and leaves from Creative Memories, and it's beautiful. Okay, well, before I add his whiskers, I'm going to do his toes. Now, what I like to do with little things like this is go ahead and put my adhesive on where I want him to go. So I'm going to put 3 toes. Now I'm moving around octopus eyes. If you did like me and you dumped it all out, you just got to watch. You're probably not all hot and sweaty like I get under all these lights. But that's why I tend to pick things up, I think. So there's some otter toes. And then I'm going to do the other 3 otter toes. And we've got some new folks joining us tonight. Or maybe they're not on. They might be watching the replay, which is also possible. Because with these card classes, if you miss the live, you can always do it after, as those of you who have done it before know. Okay, so here's my little otter friend. He's so adorable. I know there's probably a good many of you that said you had to do this class because this little otter friend was so cute. Now, I get really stressed out about things like whiskers. I'm not gonna lie, because you feel like you got one shot, but you just kind of gotta go with it. So there's his whiskers. They're nice and long and super cute. So hopefully a good portion of you are have put your otter together at this point. And what we're going to do with our seaweed. Now, this is an old Creative Memories border punch. Sadly, it is not available anymore. But what we're going to do is cut it off center. And so hopefully you got your little scissors with you. And so I am just going to cut, and I'm just going to round this little part here to kind of disconnect them. All right, so here's one piece. And see, now this piece is longer, so one piece is going to go, the shorter piece is going to go, whoops, you can't even see here. Shorter piece is going to go on the top, and then a longer green, and then a longer dark green, and a shorter light green. Now, I'm going to take this one here and kind of get rid of some of these excess. So just use your little scissors and kind of trim your foliage so that it looks right to you. And then we're going to do the same thing. And you can trim them at different points. You could trim them at the same points. Whatever floats your boat. I'm going to trim this one a little differently so that they aren't exactly the same matchy-matchy. That looks very odd. I'm going to change this. You can trim your hedges, your seaweed to your liking. All right, once you have a short and a long of each, it is time to assemble. Now, none of our cards today have a fun fold, and I heard a collective from the audience. The last couple months, I've used some really fun folds, some different folds in our card making. But tonight, we're just pretty straightforward because I knew we were going to use a lot of our time putting together these super adorable die cuts. Okay, so now we're going to put our teal base on, and then you can use, again, we're going to go short and long. And I think I cut off more in my original design. So again, you can trim off as much of your seaweed as you'd like. And I put the dark on the bottom and the light on top. And then our little otter friend is going to go like this. And down here in my mess in the corner here, where I dumped everything out, you should have your little sentiment. Now, sometimes we get confused because it's like this and it's upside down. But it should be already stamped for you. There's no otter like you. And then that can go anywhere you want it. I just put it down here in the bottom right. So once you get it laid out the way you want, you can go ahead and put it down. Now I am choosing to use the repositionable tape runner from Creative Memories because it is all little dots, and you can just run straight over things like this that are nice and holy, and you don't even have to think about where you're putting adhesive, which I love. I can just kind of run right over it. So I've got my bottom seaweed on. Now I'm going to put my top seaweed on. And if you're just, oh, I love when I pick up the wrong tape. If you're just joining us, if you go ahead and share this live tonight, then you will be entered to win the Botanical Burst Yellow Petals and Flowers. I will mail that to you totally free of charge. And if you missed out on the punch promo that's going on, it's been extended, and I will be doing a drawing for at least one, maybe two, depending on how many people place orders, for the components of one, or like I said, or both. And so you are entered into that drawing. One ticket for every $5 you spend, and I will round up. So if you buy a paper pack that's $9.50, you'll get 2 entries. Okay, so now I've got my otter swimming in the sea kelp, and I'm going to add my little sentiment. There's no otter like you. And you can send that to a very special friend who will love to get this from you, because chances are your friends know that you hand make these, but of course you should always write on the back, handmade by your name. And then I would love if you add something like a little heart or a shell or something to your little otter hands. I would love for you to share a picture with me so that I can see what you all do. You could put a jewel there or a heart there. I think I'm going to put a heart there because it's kind of like a thank you card. There's no otter like you. It could be congratulations, but I probably use it as a thank you, so I'm going to put a little heart there. So how are we all doing? Did everyone find their otter toes and their otter nose and their otter eyes? He's super cute. I know, this is why y'all are here, because of the otter. He was originally a stamp, I'll have you know. I was designing these at my retreat to the mountains. I have a cute little otter stamp. He was a stamp, and we were going to watercolor him. And then I just decided to exercise my Cricut joy. All right, but that is not how I cut them all out. I had to use, of course, a big Cricut to make 29 or 30, because of mine, little otter pieces. Okay, well, next up, you should see this. How are we doing? Give me a little thumbs up, little like, little love, little heart if y'all are ready to move on. If you're still hunting for otter toes, just let me know. I'm gonna have a sip. Okay, I got 1 thumbs up. Oh, I got a heart. Okay, hearts. I can't tell if they're the same people. That's fun. Okay. Oh, still assembling. We're still finding otter toes. That's good stuff. All right, well, our next card, I won't move on quite yet. Yes, the otter is tough. You know what? That's why I started with the otter, because this one, I'm not going to lie, is a little challenging too, because we got these little straw pieces. But you know, they're not otter toes, you know. So, but that was the hardest one. Also the cutest one. It's worth it. You know, and if you mail it to somebody that also is a card maker, perhaps on this class, and you can kind of exchange, so that way you're not feeling like you need to save it. You can send it, and maybe you'll get one from your friend. So do something sweet for one of your scrappy sisters, and maybe they'll send you this cute little otter card. All right, well, the next one is one of my favorite, of course, and it's the octopus card. So we're going to get rid of all of our eyes right off the get-go. Now, this design came with 4 octopus tentacles, and that is just no bueno for me. I've got to have 8 always. Those of you that know me know that yes, they were, Marshall. Those of you that know me know I gotta have 8 arms on my octopus always. So I had to add them on. Thank goodness for the Cricut offset option, because I was able to group them all in. And if you don't have a Cricut, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you're thinking about getting a Cricut, you'll definitely want to turn into my new Techie Tuesday, because that's next month's Techie Tuesday, because we're going to be talking about Cricut. So let's go ahead and put down our background pieces first for this one. Let's not wait till the end. So go ahead and fold your card. And then we got to do our light green background. And these will get easier as we go along too, because we're going to have less and less pieces from our little baggie. Our little baggie of anxiety, right? Our pieces. No, let's not let it make us anxious, because this is fun stuff. Now, this is double-sided. Of course, the other side is bathing suits. We are going to use that on our cup card. And, I mean, you can put bathing suits behind the octopus. It's your card. It's your art, so you do you. But I just think the pink and this blue color look amazing together. All right, now we can assemble our octopus. So we're gonna assemble it. It needs to go like this, with this little notch to the right. Or I guess it could be to the left. You just have to match it up to this little notch. Whichever way you put it, you want to match that notch up to it. So it looks like this. All right. Then we got to find our other arms. You should have 2 super curly arms and 1 less curly arm, or 2, excuse me, not 1, but 2. I have 1 in my hand, less curly arms. Now, I didn't worry about poking out all the holes. Like, I actually, this one's not poked out, this one's not poked out. That kind of thing doesn't bother me. But if that bothers you, then you can definitely poke out all those little holes. So I'm just going to leave those in the way they are. Oh no, Jackie. That's terrible. Well, I'm so glad they came, because I was really stressed they weren't going to make it, because the post office said they were coming today to you, Jackie. And we know how mail is sometimes for you in the mountains. So you can go ahead and stick down your octopus. Now I'm sticking it down, but I didn't put any, like, right here on the edges where my tentacles are gonna, or where my little octopus arms are gonna go. And this is probably like, you know how our friends Stacy and Tracy like to tell us about Larimar, and we all know that it's mined and 1 square mile of the Dominican Republic by now for watching their shows. And we should, you know, I support my Scrappy Sister's business. She supports me, so of course I know these things. But I'm making myself a shirt that says, actually, it's octopuses. So you're going to hear me talk about it. I probably will say it, not even know it, but it is octopuses. It's not octopi. And there's a whole reason, because it's a Greek root word, not a Latin root word. But trust me, it's actually so used wrongly so often that now octopi, if you look it up in the dictionary, is actually accepted, but not by me. So, all right, so that's how our little octopus arms go together. Our little curly ones go here on the bottom, and our little straighter ones go here on the top. And you can kind of leave these unattached if you want them to kind of fly away from your base, or you can stick them down if you want them that way. Now I'm going to go back, now that I've kind of placed everything, and I'm going to go back one by one and add some adhesive, some of my precision point adhesive. Remember to flip them over. I do that when I'm talking and stuff like this, where I put it on the front and then I have to pivot from what I was doing. So I don't think any of you are talking and doing your card like I am, although you may be doing it with your friends, with your other scrappy friends. So it's just a little tip. Don't get yourself distracted and put your adhesive on the wrong side. We've all done it. Or you think a paper is not reversible, and you put it on the front and then you flip it over to stick it down, and then it's a different like color on the back. Oh, it's just terrible. All right, so once you got those on, like I said, if you want them to have that kind of little flyaway look, you can leave these kind of flying away, or you can stick them down. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are making them together. All right. So this octopus is almost done. He just needs his eyes now, which hopefully are not stuck to my arm. I think I see them both. Now, you can leave them solid black, or there is a tiniest little circle that you can poke out of them. This is almost too big. I think I can get it. I almost need like my scissor tip, or a pin, or if you have a super fine tweezers, which I don't have with me at the moment because I didn't put it on your sheet to gather it. So those little notes that I leave you are also notes for my future self, because I make them and I put the kits together and I mail them out, and then like days later we sit down to do them because we gotta wait for the mail to bring them to our friends. So I took out that little black piece so that there was a little hole, so it'll have the little white, tiny little white dot. And now I'm just gonna put some adhesive right into these little eye sockets and drop those in. And he looks super cute. Oh, he's adorable. They should fit perfectly, because unless you've accidentally put your octopus eyes on your otter, and then your little black eyes are gonna be little and the little holes are really hard to see. But now I did pop up this little octopus, but I'm gonna come back and do that. Then you should have your little sentiment, wishing you oceans of joy. I kind of scooted it off to the side here. And then I did add, there's some super tiny pink jewels. I'm going to come back and do all the jewels at the end, if that's okay with you. So I'm going to go ahead and stick on my sentiment. I just love these bright colors and the whites. And you should some dimensionals, and probably most of you have them lying around in your basic kit. The only ones that are popped up of these cards, well, actually, I guess the popsicles are popped up and the sandcastles also popped up. And I know some of you just don't pop, and that's okay because it's just too thick to mail. Or now let me not get these mixed up into my little pile of debris over here, because I was about to put them over here. Then I'd be sifting through dimensionals as well. I'm going to kind of cover over a little bit of the wishing you oceans of joy. This would be a fun congratulations or birthday or even a happy anniversary, even a little wedding. Or a new job. There's lots of different things you could use these cards in. Actually, in fact, there's only one that actually says happy birthday. So the other ones could be used for a variety of things. Now I said I'm going to come back and put my jewels on later. So I'm done with this little octopus for now. And our next card is going to be the sandcastle. And for those of you that are jumping on a little late, you can just jump right in with where we are right now. You'll have to go down through your stack and kind of lay your pieces aside. And then you can go back when I publish the class to Facebook and YouTube, and you can do the cards that you missed. Taking a sip. And also don't forget to share if you haven't, because I'll be giving away the Botanical Burst, and also giving away 4 to 8 awesome products to people who place an order that's less than $150. If you place an order that's $150, you get to choose a pack worth $81. But if you order less than $150, then you will be entered to win, and you will get 1 ticket for every $5 you spend. And for those of you who heard this multiple times already, I apologize, but we got people jumping on and off. So I want to make sure that everyone hears it. I feel like I'm missing a little swirl. Checking my arm. Is it okay to move on? Go ahead and give me a little thumbs up or a little heart. You could do sad or mad faces if it's not, I guess. It's a quick way for us to communicate. You could just pop off a little emoji if you're ready to move on. I know those of you that assembled before are ready. But those of you that didn't pre-assemble your die cuts, go ahead and let me know if you're ready to move on. Okay, well, this one's easy. I didn't even make you hunt for pieces. Okay, that is, all of your pieces should be on your next layer. So you don't have to dig around into your pile of die cut detritus. You can set your little octopus off to the side, and we can just basically assemble this easy peasy. We're going to fold our base. We're going to add our yellow background and then our white square. Very similar layout to this. And so we're going to add those like that. And then we're going to put our sandcastle together, and so this is our little breather, because we got the drink card coming up, I think. And then we have to, with that has the little straw, and some of you may just write me. nasty messages after that one. No, I'm just kidding. You wouldn't do that. Now, you could go either way, but of course, I'm going with the way that I initially designed it because I love the sunshine paper. Actually, I've got another pack of this paper too, and I've given 2 packs. What am I doing? Listen to me. I'm talking and assembling. It's a dangerous combination. It's like drinking and driving. Don't do it. Don't talk and assemble on live. Okay. We're going to assemble our brown sandcastle. Now I've just lost words. I'm losing words. I'm going to go ahead and pop out this little middle window in the sandcastle. I don't know why. I am. And put this on the background. Some of you might be so inclined. I thought about cutting out little red ones, but when I did it, I just didn't love it. So don't attach this yet unless you're not going to pop it up. If you're going to pop it up, then wait. And then we're going to add our blue waves. They're going to be about 1 inch down, but again, you do you. Put them however you want them. And I'm going to add the hello so that the bottom part of the hello is resting on the blue. I'm going to do that first before I add my sandcastle. And I'm going to add it with my precision point adhesive. So I'm just going to add some of that. And because I've got glue on my fingers from doing these cards, it's very easy for me to pick them up, flip them over with my tacky fingers. Move this out of the way for now. Now, I'm going to go back and add my jewels to whichever, to all the suns that are exposed after I put on my sandcastle. So everyone's going to need a slightly different amount. I like to put these big ones in the middle so that my piece doesn't cave in, and then I'll just put some little guys. I want to save some for my popsicles. I kind of went, there are 2 types of people. There's heavy dimensionalers and skimpy. I think I'm actually right in the middle. So there's 3 people, 3 types of. Now, actually, I see from my sample, this is a little bit further down. I went way up on this one, which I don't love. And I told you to do it too. Oh my gosh. But I'm going to move mine down. Hopefully you can still pick yours up. You can leave it right where it is. It'll still look cute. But I'm going to move this one down because I want to see it under the castle like I did in my sample. Good grief. What am I doing to you guys? All right. So now that that's assembled, now you can go on and put your jewels, like I said, into those little sun areas. Now I'm going to go ahead and crack open the jewels. I was hesitant to do that a couple minutes ago because we just have I got a lot of stuff going on here. I know, goodness, I'm so sorry, Anita. So for this, and I did do it kind of on the half. You can, decide if a half off the page one warrants a jewel or not. You can come up with your own rules for jewels. That's what I call them, rules for jewels. But wherever I can see the center is where I'm putting a jewel. And then I've given you a bunch of yellow because I knew everyone's printed paper will, you know, be slightly different. So you can see I went ahead and put the adhesive kind of like everywhere, and now I'm just going back and dropping in my jewels. If you don't have the precision point adhesive, I would definitely suggest ordering them. They are $7. If you don't have one, that'd be one entry toward the punches and the paper packs that I'm giving away. All right. I see another little center down here. This is the only card that has these yellow jewels, so you can also have that be your determining factor, is how many yellow jewels you have. So I'm gonna, whoops. Usually I have symmetry issues, but with this, I'm not worried so much about that. So that's what that looks like. Done. And if you're done, and you're waiting, I got one more. You know what? I'm going to put it down here because I can see that one. You can go ahead and add some bling to the octopus sentiment if you haven't done that already. Okay, so now that's done. Set this over to the side. So what I did going backwards is I just put four little tiny gems. So while I'm letting you finish, and you guys can just, you know, go ahead and give me the sign. I'm going to put two over here. And these are super tiny. We're going to use the big pink ones for the popsicle card. This one, my octopus was up a little higher so you could actually see where the gems are. I don't even know if I'm going to put gems there because they're underneath his arm. But you can do as you see fit depending on the position of your octopus. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up or a heart or something if you're ready, because our next card has no otter toes, but it does have little tiny hearts. It's gonna look like this. Yeah, the castle is super fun for those of us at the beach. Oh, I probably would have taken out those if I had noticed, you know, 5 minutes ago, but I'm gonna leave it because you might have mistaken some of these as otter toes, but no, your otter toes are not this small. I'm just noticing that now. Quick announcement, if you haven't shared already, there's still time to do that. And go ahead and send me some thumbs up or hearts if you are ready. And if you're not, that's okay too. You can start gathering these pieces if you are done. Almost everything, actually. It actually might be easier when you start gathering your pieces. The only thing you aren't going to need is the brown popsicles, which is the sticks, and your orange popsicles. So everything else, unless you have thrown your seaweed haphazardly into your pile, which I have, everything else you're going to use. For the next card. But like I said, unless you're like me and you've thrown things with reckless abandon into your pile. And just let me know when you're ready to move. Oh, you got your drips too, your orange drips. So move your oranges off to the side and your brown popsicles. Everything else stays. How are we doing? We're still attaching gems. Are we still attaching gems? What are we doing? Give me some feedback. Are you out there? Who's there? Do you have me on mute? For those of you that are done, I will be drawing for either the pumpkin vine or the walk in the park. If you placed an order with me, then you will be receiving yours very shortly. If you placed a $150 order, then you would know. This wouldn't be a surprise to you. But if your order wasn't $150, no worries. You're getting one ticket for every $5 you spent. And if you're popping in tonight wondering what on earth is going on, this is my no, it's not my June card class. It's my July card class. And we do this every month. We make 5 cards. Actually, sometimes we make 6. Sometimes there's a bonus card. You just let me know if you want to do the whole shebang, or if you want to order something less than 150 is perfectly fine. If you need some tape runner, then you will be entered to win. I am just popping out pieces of my basket here while I'm waiting. I think it's safe to move on. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my background first and just yell if it's not. I won't hear you if your hands are occupied, but you can also type wait if you want me to wait. All right, we're going to do our dark green background. This was fun. I must say, you know, sometimes paper drives the card, and I was intent on using this bathing suit. I used the Sea Star paper on the octopus card, but I really wanted to use this bathing suit paper. I just thought it was so fun. And so I kind of struggled with what to do with it. And then I thought, this is fun, because nothing says, you know, has tropical vibes like a card like this with a fun tropical drink. Now, just like with the other die cuts, if you're really fastidious about your popping all of these out, you can do that. And usually those of you that are really particular about that, you've done it before class, just because it bugs you. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about these ones in the bottom because I'm going to cover it with the sentiment. But you can go ahead and add on your coconut bottom first. And is there anyone with a July birthday or maybe August birthday that you want to send this to? Somebody that you want to remind to relax and enjoy the day? A lot of times when I'm coming up with these ideas, I already have someone in mind. Now, don't do like me and attach it like this, like I was about to. The little opening of your rim of your coconut is kind of going, it wants to line up with the straw. So I can see what I did already. I need to readjust my shell part so that it lines up with that. Because it's most important that this little gap lines up with where the straw is going to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and add my precision point adhesive to the rim of this fun coconut glass. and line that up first, and then everything else should fall into place. Now it's much smaller, right? Because this is an outline, so the straw isn't, you know, gonna, so this is kind of at a little angle, if you will. Then we can go ahead and let's get the easy parts out of the way. Now don't stick this down yet because we want our little swirls to come out and kind of overlap around. If your umbrella still has pieces in, go ahead and pull that out, because that's what I used for the little stick in. The actual original die cut didn't have it going into the drink, and so you can see on mine it kind of comes up over. It's not broken like this is. But the little stumpy green piece of paper just didn't look, it was just right here, and I just thought it looked better. So I ended up using, during my Facebook Live, and I forgot to turn my ringer off. So apologies for all of the phone ringing going on. All right, so then you can go ahead and add your umbrella. Now there is a teeny tiny, almost like a otter eye, smaller than an otter eye, which is the top of your umbrella. So if you already haven't discarded that, that is what that is. See how tiny it is. Now, if you've discarded it, you could always just draw something on with a green pen, or you can take some of your seaweed and just kind of clip off a tiny little piece. But that is the top of your umbrella. And then I'm just going to take this tiny little piece out from the umbrella. You could actually pair it up if you want. You could also cut off a sliver of your seaweed again to make your little umbrella stick. Let me bring this up to the camera. You can see what I did there. I just took it. You should have one. You might have a couple of these in there. You could pair them up together if you want a little thicker, but it's just one of the insides of this umbrella, and I just stuck it on there. All right, the next thing we're going to do, the last thing, is a straw. So this is a, there's a small heart here, medium, and a large. So you should, among your little pile of debris, which is getting smaller, you should have a large, a medium, and two small. So we'll do that again. Let's put the large on first. So I'm just going to add some adhesive there and put our large heart on. And then our medium goes here. And you have one that's just slightly larger than the other two. Again, I'm using my jewel applicator to pick up these tiny little pieces. Some of you prefer to use tweezers, but I find this little jewel applicator works great for many things. All right, so now it should look like this: small, small, medium, large. And now we're going to do our straw. Now the straw has 4 main pieces, and those are the larger. These are the larger pieces, and then it's got 2 little pieces for the end. So I'm gonna suggest that you kind of line them all up so your parallelograms, these are 4 little parallel, we didn't know it was gonna be geometry, so that they line up so that when you stick them down, you know that they're the right way. Whoops. Like that one flipped over because my fingers are sticky, remember, because I like to get into the glue. And then we got this one up here, and this one down here. Sticky. All right. Once you kind of have them positioned, this one's wanting to flip on me again. You can go ahead and add them. Now I'm just gonna add. I'm gonna start with the crossover piece. So that's the piece that's kind of goes into. It crosses over the lip of the drink. And then I can kind of add adhesive from there. And I'm gonna, normally I am moving jewels as we speak because I'm picking them up with my arms. I'm gonna do it one at a time. Normally I just throw all caution to the wind and add the adhesive for everything all at once, but not in this case with the straw. So I'm kind of adding it a little bit at a time, picking up things along the way. Then I'll add the top and the bottom. I'm going to go crazy and put my adhesive for both of those at the same time. Has everyone been staying up late watching the Olympics? Now I'm going to move these down because they're all still a little wet so that I can get outline of my straw there. Okay, how are we doing? Marshall, of course you're completed. You put yours together ahead of time. But I'm glad you did so that you could take your time. But is anyone else done? How's everyone else doing? Now for our swirls, if you've made it through the straw, the swirls, I kind of, this one is up at the top. You can see it's just off this paper, but the small teal one then kind of interlocks with this like a wave, but that one I have going under the paper. All right, so this one, because again I got to make sure I'm putting the adhesive on the right side, because I'm tucking it, I need to kind of put the adhesive on the back of it before I position. Then I'm going to slide it on under, and then this one, same thing. So add your swirls before you stick down your drink. All right. So that's going to end up going here. And then this one, you can see by my sample, what I did was I put adhesive and had it come, this small piece coming off the right side of the page. So I'm going to line this up with the green edge, pretty close to the bottom. And then this one, I'm not going to put adhesive on this side so that it can come up over everything. So I'm just going to put adhesive from here to here. So that I can kind of loop it around. And this is not popped up in any way. I can move this down just a little bit while it's wet. I'm going to go ahead and add my adhesive to the back now. And slip this under here. And then we can add our fun sentiment. And I want it to kind of have contact with the little blue swirl as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add my adhesive and slide that underneath there. And then I can add some bling. Now you can go ahead and use the rest of your bling if you've already blinged up. If you haven't blinged up your octopus yet, you might want to save some for that, or you could just skip it, or you may have your own little stash of bling, your own personal stash of card bling, in which case, how many do I have here? I think I have enough. I am putting on, let's see, 7 little itty bitty tiny pink jewels. I might have to reapply to these first ones because I just used a scant amount of precision point adhesive. It doesn't take much. It does need to dry, so at first you can kind of shove them around and scoot them around, but that's how that looks on mine. And hopefully you all haven't checked out. Hopefully this isn't your last card class, because you said, oh my goodness. Now, those of you that have done this before with me know that this is a sort of a departure for me. I've never done a full class using die cuts. Some of them, I had to tweak. Some of them I had to purchase, but I do think they came out super cute. And we will end on an easy one. Here, let me move this away. For those of you still working on your straw, I will give you a second. Go ahead and give me some thumbs up and some hearts if you are done with your straw. I'm going to grab my computer so we can do our drawing for the botanical burst. All right, how are we doing? Is everyone ready to do the last card? I'm trying to get myself ready for our big drawing. Okay, how are we doing? We're ready? I mean, we're not ready to draw yet, but I just am getting myself set up while y'all are still putting together your straws. So go ahead and let me know if you're done. All right. Okay, tape runner, Anita, you got it. And you will have entries into the drawing for the punches and the paper. So we'll end with our You're So Cool popsicles. And with that one, we're going to attach our teal background. And then you should have a white piece that goes on, followed by your pink piece, which hopefully, if I did a good job cutting, they're perfectly sized for you. Of course, you could use the yellow too. The yellow would be cute because the popsicles are melting. However, the pink, again, the driver of this card was the paper, is this adorable popsicle paper. I couldn't help myself. I saw the popsicle paper and I said, we must have a popsicle card. And of course the "You're So Cool" I stamped on there for you. Now, you've got 2 of each of these, and what you're going to do is just cut off the orange sticks parts. So go ahead and snip off your orange sticks. Now decide which way you want your sun, your little shine on your popsicle going, so that they match. Depending on what coast you're on, could be an afternoon sun or a morning sun. All right, and then you can go ahead and attach your orange to the brown. Then you've got your stick. Get those lined up. These look much bigger. What did I do? I made them ginormous. I don't know how that happened between my... That is so funny. I'm just now noticing that. Something happened between Cricut Joy and regular Cricut that they got big. So this is why I give myself the same kit you all have. You're probably thinking, how on earth is she fitting that on? Well, I don't even know. So let's see here. I think I might have to cut my popsicles. I don't know. So this is going to be fun to see what y'all do. But I think I might have to, let's see, I'm going to maybe do it like this. And I might have to cut my little popsicle stick and to make room for the So Cool. I think I'm going to do it like this and cut out this part of it. So this is like just on the fly. I don't know what happened to my popsicles. They grew from design to print. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. You saw I attached that down. I didn't end up sticking it up. They're giant popsicles. My goodness. And I'm going to cut out a little section about 1/4 inch so that one popsicle stick isn't much longer than the other, and do like this. All right, so this is how I'm overcoming this hurdle here. And then I will pop this one up just a little bit. Just a little bit, as if they're degrees. You have one kind of dimensional. Well, there are like low profile dimensionals. I just had a scary moment. Y'all didn't see that, but I almost knocked my computer off. Okay, so this is how I decided to do them. I can't wait to see what you all decide. Given your giant popsicle sticks, goodness gracious, who puts these kits together? I do, and it often is a long night of doing it, so I apologize. It's amazing. I haven't really seen anyone saying they're missing pieces. Giant popsicles. Now I've lost all my jewels. Here we go. Completely thrown off by these giant popsicles. I've added my 3 jewels there. I don't love how those are kind of lined up, but I will build a bridge and get over it. And I'm sure the recipient of this card, because I'm telling him how cool they are, will not notice or know that these popsicles are giant. And the bigger the better on some things, especially popsicles. While I was painting my mother's house, a sweet dear friend of mine showed up with popsicles. That was amazing. Now don't forget your drips. Now, when you had small popsicles, these little drips, 2 of them fit on. You may not be able to accommodate 2 drips in this scenario. I might only be able to accommodate 1 drip. So I guess I had popsicles on the brain, because I don't know. I can't tell you the last time I ate a popsicle. But after painting the exterior of my mom's house in July, I can tell you that the popsicle that showed up was the most amazing thing ever. Not to mention the help painting that I received. Yes, giant popsicles have giant drips. It's true. Giant popsicles can't have tiny little drips. So I can't wait to see what you all did with your giant popsicles and your drips. And with that, we are done. Well, of course you left them big. How could we make them small, Marsha? Unless you have some shrinking potion. I just done messed up with your giant. I don't know how that happened. I need to trim a little bit more off of this one. Okay, now I can see the cool. All right. So that is all, my friends. All 5 of them. And they are super adorable, if I do say so myself. And I can't wait to see all of yours. And I can't wait to see what you give this little otter to put in his hands. It's if you give him something before you send him off to your friends, it is time for us to do our drawing to see who is the winner of the Botanical Burst. I know they will be awesome on your scrapbook pages and or cards. There's really nothing more that needs to be done with them. They are gold and gorgeous, and I just love them. Okay, I'm still, let's see, shared. Okay, let's see who our lucky winners are for tonight. I did say I was going to do 2. So the first one is going to get our Botanical Burst. And let's see who our lucky winner is. Jacqueline Wilbanks. Congratulations. Let me take a screenshot real fast. Okay. Let me save that so I can post it. And our next winner, and this will be for the paper pack, which actually Jacqueline already won. I sent it with her card kit, so something different for her, is Stacy. So Stacy, you are the winner of the Summer Lovin' paper pack, which is what I use to design these cards. So congratulations to both of you. And just don't forget to message me if you would like to place an order, whether it be for tape runner or whatever, paper, precision point adhesive, whatever it is you need. And I will be drawing for at least one of these. If I get enough orders, I will do both of them. And please send me any orders before tomorrow. Let's see what time. Before tomorrow at 5, and I will order tomorrow night. So and I will announce our winners. So congratulations, everyone, to our winners, Stacy and Jacqueline. And thank you all for being part of my July card class. I do have 2 more sets available. If you loved them so much, you want to do them again, or if you want to give them as a gift, or if somebody is watching and they missed out on purchasing, then you can still, I have 2 cards left. All right. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy your evening, and I will see you soon. Until then, stay scrappy, friends.